I don't know.
All right, well, that's a draw. Okay, Carmen, thank you so much for coming on this show. Now, you told us, I said, hey, what are some assholes you have? This is the pre-show interview everyone gets. Tell us about all the assholes in your life. You mentioned you've got a brutal landlord, huh?
Okay, so here's the story. Tell me what you would do. He is about 76 years old, and he lives with his sister, who's about 80, downstairs. And they won't raise the heat. They won't.
Oh my God.
Literally criminal in New York.
Yeah.
So it's like every once in a while it's warm, but it's not the thermostat, like the radiator's not hot. So we have these like portable heaters and everything. And then I go down there and I'm like, it's so cold upstairs. And he's like, it's not. And he'll point to his thermostat. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
that's
Can you get a thermostat or like a thermometer?
Well, he controls everything.
Yeah, but like one for your apartment to be like,
Yeah.
here's how warm it actually is in our
I
apartment.
think I just want him to come upstairs, and he's playing this old man card. You know,
I can't, Carmen. There's
Yeah.
too many stairs.
So,
There's too far.
This is what I think I'm going to do, and I figured this out today because this has been going on for a long time. But this winter, this is our third winter there, and I'm done. And I think I'm just going to be like, would you mind if I brought someone here to check the radiator? Because he's one of those, like, I got my people, you know, whenever there's a problem, I got a man for you.
I got a radiator
So
guy.
if he would not want someone to come up. So I think I'm going to be like, yeah. He'll be like, no, let me check. He's like an old control freak.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You're pretty chill, it seems.
But I'm angry. I'm angry.
You won't go
I'm
311 on this
angry.
motherfucker?
No, because I did that in my last apartment.
Okay.
And,
What happened?
For our non-New-Yorkers, 311
and
is
this
like
woman,
the line you call for these sorts of things.
They're nice people. He's just.
Wait, what happened the last time you called 311?
Oh my God. I waited so long.
The people
too.
got swatted.
The lady, the landlord, she was Hispanic, so she loved me because I would go down and translate.
That's hilarious.
And she was in a wheelchair, so I felt really bad.
Oh boy.
And it was free, like way worse than this one. And then finally I looked at my roommates and I was like, we're calling. And they came over and she was livid. And then I moved out.
So that's funny because one of the things that's keeping you from coming at the 76-year-old guy is you think he's nice.
I mean, they're good people.
Like how? Like what?
Like they bring us food all the time.
Wow.
They
Ooh,
give
what kind
us
of
gifts
food?
for Christmas.
Wow.
Just
Oh,
great
that's
food.
nice.
Like I think he's just a stubborn old man and he's cheap and he doesn't want to fix the thing.
Carmen, I made you a puzzle. I spent the last 4 years working on this 5,000-piece cat. What do you think
Oh
of
my
that?
God.
So then you also said you have a mouse problem.
We have a mouse.
I
and
can't
Wait, where do you live?
What?
Where do you live?
In Queens.
Oh,
But we
me
only
too.
have one mouse and I haven't seen him.
Oh my God.
And so you saw him once, but you didn't come
But he's a
down on-
dick because I know he's there and he
That's-
won't come
Ooh.
out.
He's
And he
a
won't die. He
that would
won't fucking die
freak
if
me out.
somebody traps out and he won't die.
Oh my God.
That's funny. So this is another really cool thing, and you're telling me it's maybe a little more common. Well, I'm very ignorant, but I understand that you do stand up in English and in Spanish, which I know very few people who do. That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's weird because when you have the experience of being a comedian, but then you do it in a new language, it kind of makes you feel like both. Like your experience, but you feel like an open micer because the jokes are new.
Do you find that the laughs, are you able to translate a joke, I guess would be
Most
the first
of them,
question.
not all of them.
Really?
Yeah, but not all of them.
That's so interesting. And so I think, we had Nate Fridson on the pod, who is a notorious heckler destroyer. What's up with the Spanish hecklers? How are they doing things?
I haven't had that many. I kind of provoke them and I want them to help me because if there's a word I don't know, I'll just yell out, how do I say this?
Oh my God, I love it.
And then like 5 or 6 people will have their own word. And
that's great.
Yeah. So, but I haven't had a horrible heckler from a Spanish show yet. But it's hard, because I don't do them all the time.
Right. So do you feel like, what's your comfort level performing in Spanish compared to English?
Comfort is great. It's
Really?
just, if I had to pick something challenging, it would be like the vocabulary. Cause like every once in a while, a word will just like slip out.
You kind of forget the joke's translation?
I'll be like, I'll say the joke and then I'll be like, the other day I was like, I went hiking and I was like, hiking. And this one woman was like, montear. And then this other woman was like, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, none of these words sound familiar to me. And I'm
That's
like,
so
can I just
funny.
be like, hikear? Like,
Right.
You
But
could do
it's
that in
just-
Italian,
but I
most
know
of the
it's
time.
in there. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, where's that word?
One thing that always interests me about bilingual people is what language do you think in? Obviously, you think in English, right? If it's going that way, or do you find yourself?
Yeah, but as a kid, because I get asked like, what do you dream in? But I would say
I was gonna ask
when
that
I
next.
was a kid, I'm sure I dreamt and thought in Spanish.
Interesting.
But then it just kind
Cool.
of swayed over.
Okay.
What language do you count
Yeah.
in?
Oh my God, in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the last thing my French teacher was telling me, that like that's always the last thing that people like do in
Yeah.
their native language is they
Yeah.
can't count in the other language.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
they're
it's,
trying to learn.
it's weird because if I'm talking to my mom and I only speak to her in Spanish, then I do kind of change personalities and everything I do is in Spanish.
Cool.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
notion too about Spanish being much more formal? Right. We have the it's
The
slipping now. Usted. What is it? Is
Yeah.
it usted?
Instead, it's like a formal you.
Yeah. Because what's going on? They're formal over there. Everybody's wearing a
But
tux
just,
or
you
what?
know, formal. Yeah. Like the British version of us, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like other languages have that.
Have like a formal
A formal
word,
you. Yeah.
like Hebrew or Italian or what?
Italian,
are you thinking about?
French. Yeah.
What? Oh, vous or what is it in French?
Yeah. You use the you plural. You can use it as a formal, and then in Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have you plural in English, but it's actually very casual. Y'all.
Y'all. I know. We're just not formal at all
not.
over here. We suck. Our ambulances cost $1,000. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a serious country, but not formal about it. So, is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think that's it pretty much. If you want to come to my Spanish show, does this come out today?
It does not. It
Oh.
comes out on like Monday, a Monday. But you could tell everyone where to find you. Twitter.
The weekend of Thanksgiving, I'm at the Philly Punchline and Friday and Saturday, and find me at Carmen Comedian for everything.
at
Wow.
Carmen. You got
You're
universal
the only
handles.
one.
Queen.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
The only one.
No, I'm just
for
like, you're the
everything, you
only
mean?
Carmen comedian. Like,
Oh.
you got it. Too bad other Carmen comedians.
It's also good that you have that consistency. I mean, I had Danny
Yep,
Vega
it's key.
Sucks, Danny Vega Comedy. Sarah's consistent, but confuses the shit out of me. I've been like,
Ha.
hey, Sarah Carter. She's like, that's not my name. That's my handle.
I don't really get mad when people get it confused. I just think it's funny. But you've known me so long that you shouldn't get it confused anymore.
I'm just going to call you Sarah Instagram.
That works.
Well, thank you so much, guys. This has been a wild ep, and we will see you next Monday morning.
Bye.
Thank you.